straight to the face, the bones break. Taking it all, taking as much as you can take. Blinding your eyes so you can see. Kill what holds you, gonna watch them fall. Fight back, need a kick in the ass. Wait a second too long, now you're missing the chance. You leave it all behind again. Raise your fist up high, let the beating begin. Fight back, need a kick in the ass. Wait a second too long, now you're missing the chance. You leave it all behind again. Raise your fist up high, let the beating begin.
We are live in Tampa Bay, Florida for another episode of Universe Mode, and it is the first Smackdown live of the season. So let's see what we got throughout this card here in the home of the Lightning. Kicking off things tonight, we have a huge opening contest. Dominik Mysterio steps in the ring for the first time since the shocking disbandment of the Judgment Day at WrestleMania when he takes on the series debuting Joe Hendry. And that's just the beginning of the card, because later tonight, the Glamour Blake Monroe takes on the Eradicator Rhea Ripley, and also Jeff Hardy returns back to Universe Mode for the first time in 2 seasons, plus a whole lot more.
Ace Army, there he is, Dirty Dominik Mysterio in his first singles match in over a year. Ever since the Judgment Day disbanded at the end of the 2K24 season, Dirty Dom needs to look for a new path.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominik Mysterio.
As you guys know, at WrestleMania, the Judgment Day did disband because they did lose their 6-man tag team match. But do not count out Dirty Dom. Mysterio has been involved in matches that are very important in seasons in the past. He is a former WCW Hardcore Champion dating back all the way to 2K24, and now he is in episode number 2 of the 2K26 season, going against Joe Hendry, making his Universe Mode debut because he has never been featured in Universe Mode before until now. But Dirty Dom looks to start off this season 1-0. Say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry is here. Great to see Joe in Universe Mode.
From Edinburgh, Scotland, weighing in at 230 pounds, Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry was drafted to the blue brand during the Universe Mode draft that took place a couple of weeks ago. But now Hendry enters Universe Mode in the mid-card division, and that is a great way to start off. But now we are waving our hands for the debuting superstar. But who will get the win here in the first SmackDown Live match of the 2K26 season? Will it be Dirty Dominik Mysterio, or will it be Joe Hendry? All right, guys, the bell has been rung, and Joe Hendry starting this match with a big attack to Mysterio, and now going for an early cover, a kick out at 1 from Dom. Dom rolling out of the way there, and that is the experience of Mysterio with a big, strong drop kick, connects to the face of Joe Hendry. Dom now looking to connect with something big here, but a counter into a chop block from his opponent. Dom rolling out of the way there, and a knee right to the back of the spine. And Joe Hendry making it look easy here in his first ever Universe Mode match. Joe now hooking up with Dom, going behind him, and look at this, looking for an uppercut, and he connects with it. Joe now working on the foot of Hendry. Both of these men representing the mid-card division, trying to fight early on to get a shot at the Intercontinental Champion, which is Penta. And as we know, we saw when the episode kicked off, that Penta will be in action later tonight in tag team action, teaming up with Rey Fenix against the Lucha Brothers, or against the Creed Brothers, excuse me. The Lucha Brothers taking on the Creed Brothers. But going back to this match, we will see who makes their way up in the mid-card division ranks. Will it be Joe Hendry, or will it be Dirty Dominik Mysterio? By the looks of things right now, it looks like it's going to be Joe Hendry, because look at that, a big running knee into the face. Hendry getting him up now. Taking him to the corner, face first into the turnbuckle pad. Joe Hendry now putting Dom up higher. Big shot to the skull. Hendry looking for something big here in episode number 2. Live in Tampa, Florida. Oh my God. Joe Hendry taking down Mysterio with a big maneuver there to the former hardcore champion and the former WCW tag champ. Like I said, Dominik Mysterio is a very decorated athlete here in Universe Mode history. Trying to pull a fast one, but a kick out at 0 from Hendry. Mysterio now, look at this. Looking for a suplex. And oh wait, not just any suplex. Looking for 3 amigos. He got 2 of them. He's looking for the 3rd one here in Tampa. Connects. Mysterio making it look easy right now. Great Hurricane Rana there. And you got to think, with Penta being the Intercontinental Champion, how it's going to play a role. Because I know for sure, because he has just been off as champ. But look at this. Joe Hendry with a nice fall away throw slam. I don't even know what to call that, but that was great. And Hendry looking to end this match. Look at the strength of Joe Hendry. Has Mysterio up. Drops him down. And now a stomp going into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Joe Hendry gets his first win ever.
Here is your winner, Joe Hendry.
What a win for Joe Hendry here in his first ever Universe Mode match. But guys, coming up next, we will hear from AJ Lee.
Ace Army, look who's making her way down to the ring. The Black Widow, AJ Lee, with a microphone in hand. And guys, I guarantee you, this is going to be a good promo. Tampa Bay, what's going on? Last season, I proved myself, and I'll prove myself even more now this season. Mark my words, I will be women's champion here on the blue brand, and that's just a fact. Nobody's on my level. So Nia Jax, you better watch out. Because I guarantee you, I will be your first challenger for that women's championship. It'll be me versus you at the end of the month. Well, it looks like we are probably going to see AJ Lee versus Nia Jax for the SmackDown Women's title at the end of the month at the pay-per-view.
It's time for some tag team wrestling.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 409 pounds, Rey Fenix and Penta, the Luchadors.
Well, the Lucha Bros are in tag team action. The team of Penta and Rey Fenix. Fenix making his Universe Mode debut here in Tampa Bay. But let's see their opponents, the Creed Brothers. And there they are. Brutus and Julius Creed. The Creed Brothers of American Made. They look ready.
At a combined weight of 495 pounds, Brutus and Julius, the Creed Brothers.
Brutus and Julius Creed are former SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions dating back to last season in the 2K25 season, which was very incredible. But looking at the present day where we are at the first episode on the 2K26 season, So will the Creed brothers gain championships like they did in the prior season? First, they have to defeat Rey Fenix and the Intercontinental Champion Penta to get that opportunity down the road. All right, the bell has been rung. Penta starting it off with Brutus Creed, and Creed with a strong Irish whip, already starting it off with a tag team maneuver here to the IC champion on SmackDown Live. Penta walked away with the Intercontinental Championship, or technically it was the Hardcore Championship at WrestleMania, but because of Universe Mode rules here on this channel, whoever the champions are get automatically drafted to the other brand and become that brand's champion. And that was a great mid-card bout between Penta, Jimmy Uso technically, because he cashed in his Mr. Money in the Bank contract, and Ilya Dragunov. But now we focus on this tag team match. We need to see what Penta and Rey Fenix can do as a tag team unit. I'm sure they're going to do big things, but they are going against former tag team champions, like I said earlier. And look at Julius Creed now, using those big knees to the midsection of Penta. Irish whip into the corner, goes Penta once again, but a strong Irish whip, and this crowd is loving that counter. And now look at this, a big kick to the face from the Intercontinental Champion, and look at this athleticism from Penta, showing no fear. Zeto Meadow. Sling Blade. And Penta making it look easy every time he's in this ring. And this is also his SmackDown Live debut. Has never been featured on the blue brand in the history of Universe Mode here on this channel as well. So we will see if Penta can make an impact here on SmackDown Live. Penta now sitting up Julius Creed, and what a super kick to the face. Here comes I thought we were going to see a tag, but instead Penta goes in the corner and a big super kick to the skull. Getting him up again now, throw him into the corner, and here comes Rey Fenix. The tag is made now, and let's see what these two are going to do. A double backstabber. Both men using one of their knees for that, and oh boy, Rey Fenix. Here comes Julius Creed's teammate Brutus Creed. Brutus with a nice shoulder tackle followed up by a nice leg toss. Now throwing the arm right into the canvas. Oh, misses the knees to the face. And Rey Fenix looking for something here. And Penta accidentally hitting Fenix in the middle of that, but an overhand chop there from one half of the Lucha Bros. And look at this. What a maneuver that was from Fenix to use the apron to his advantage, and now a roll through Hurricane Rana connects into a cover. Our official beginning the count and a kick out at 1. Fenix now looking for what he wants to do next. Lays out his opponent, and here comes the Intercontinental Champion once again here in this second match of the episode. Brutus laying across the ropes, getting up now, and Penta looking for a Penta driver. It connects the cover from the Intercontinental Champion, and here comes Julius Creed breaking it up at a count of 2. Penta looking for a kick there, but a great counter there from 1/4 of the American-made faction. And oh my God, the referee falling down, the casualty of being in the ring in tag team action, and that is not good for our official, but that does give time for Brutus Creed to regather his thoughts with his teammate Julius Creed, who just got tagged in. Penta watching, and another sling blade there from the IC champ. Phoenix gets the tag, and our official is still down. Phoenix going to the outside of the ring, playing some mind games, and the referee is finally up, signaling the tag a little late, but a little late than never. And a look at this. Phoenix looking for something here, but what a counter into an uppercut there from Julius Creed into a jumping elbow. And now what's he thinking? Looking for something here to put away one half of the Lucha Brothers. A nice suplex in the middle of the ring. I guarantee you the leader of American Made, Chad Gable, taught him that move. Brutus coming back in. And look at this. Hoisting up Phoenix. And now dropping him on the mat into a pin attempt. 1. Kick out at 1. Penta was trying to break it up, but Rey Fenix kicked out anyway. And look at this, a big punch to the face to the champ from Brutus Creed. Penta now countering that. And now look at this, another running roll through Hurricane Rana from Phoenix. Rey now, what's he thinking? And an Irish whip in the corner, maybe another tag team move coming from the Lucha Brothers. Yep, tag is made. Phoenix in trouble, or not, Phoenix is not in trouble. Creed in trouble, courtesy of Phoenix and Penta. Another assisted backstabber. Counter from Creed. And now look at the strength of one half of the Creed Bros. Tag made. Here comes Julius once again in this match. Kick to the midsection. And look at this. Julius trying to end this match and drops Penta right on his head. Looks very similar to that Penta driver. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 from the Intercontinental Champion. Guys, keep in mind we still have 2 more matches here tonight. We are going to see Blake Monroe make her Universe Mode debut later on tonight when she takes on Rhea Bloody Ripley. And in the main event, we are seeing LA Knight, the Megastar, versus the Ring General Gunther. But going back to this match, a cover from one half of the Creed Bros. Kick out at 1 from Penta. What's he thinking now to put away this team? I know the Creed Brothers want to start off on the right footsteps to get back in that spot for a championship that is not crowned yet. We still do not have the championships crowned because the former WCW Tag Team Champions had to vacant because they were not drafted, and Braun Strowman is not returning back to the series, along with Otis, which we have not seen. But look at this. Phoenix hoisting up Brutus Creed with a knee to the face, and now a cover. Julius breaks it up before the count even begins. And if I was Phoenix right there, I would be pissed. Irish whip. Tag made. And look at this. We saw this just a second ago, but the roles were reversed. What a kick to the face from Penta, the champion, trying to put him away. And a kick out at 2. How is Brutus Creed staying alive in this tag team match? He has been put through hell as of late. Excuse me for that little pause. And a counter there from Creed. This might be the turning point in this match. Irish whip. And the Creed brothers taking it slow. Tag made. Here comes Julius. And guys, this is the tag team finisher of this team. Oh my God. Julius Creed throwing his body right into the Intercontinental Champion Penta. Cover and a breakup at 2. You guys can see the crowd here. The Tampa Bay Lightning fans putting up the number 2. Irish whip. Into the corner we go. And Penta looking to end this match, hopefully. But look at this, a counter from, no, not a counter, and another backstabber, but this time from Penta only. And here comes his partner. Phoenix going through the ropes, missing the kick. That is a signature maneuver of Rey Fenix. He has done that time and time again. I'm sure of it because we know this guy is very experienced before he even got a start here in the company. And what a kick off the ropes. He just tight-roped them and connected big time. And now a kick out at 1. Julius showing some great resilience. And guys, oh my God, crashed and burned. But guys, that is a reason why he is so good in American Made and so good part of the Creed Brothers tag team. Just his ring expertise, same with Brutus, are just incredible under the wing of Chad Gable. That is the reason they are former tag team champions last season. Because of stuff like that. And look at this, an assisted slam there from the Creed Bros. And now one half of the Lucha Bros with the counter. Punch to the gut, and now an Irish whip. Back in the corner we go. Brutus taking it slow still. Tag made. Here comes his brother. The brother versus brother tag team match. And another assisted slam there from American Made. Who will walk out of the win here? Who will prove themselves as a worthy tag team to get a tag team title shot down the road? And we'll assume at Saturday night's main event, which is the pay-per-view at the end of the month. So we will see. But right now, we are going to just see who wins this match. Irish whip, and now another one. And now, oh my God, some big knees right into the leg and the knee of Phoenix. Ray with the counter. And look at this, another roll through Hurricane Rana from one half of the Lucha Brothers. And now a cover, trying to put him away, but a kick out at 0. Julius rolling out of the ring and now going after Penta, trying to hurt the IC champion. Suplex connects. Count of 1. And back in the ring we go. And Julius was flexing on him. But Phoenix looking to go. And what a leap that was. Going from the middle rope to the top rope into a drop kick. And now into a cover. Kick out at 1. Phoenix now. Look at this. An Irish whip. Oh no. Julius with a counter. And oh my God, a chop block. Cover from the Creed Brothers. 1. Kick out at 1 again. Both teams trying to do everything they can to win, and now a double pin attempt from Julius, trying to do everything he can. And now a tag made it right in front of Julius Creed because he is celebrating and did not seem to see Penta on the apron ready for a tag. And oh my God, a poison Rana connects. And look at this. Penta taking off the glove. And I think I know what's coming. Something big from the Intercontinental Champion. He's standing there waiting for something. Oh, nope. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought Penta was going to go fly to the outside. But look at this. Phoenix. Oh, my God. What a kick to the side of the head from Ray Phoenix here in his debut match. Nice move there from Penta. Count of 3 because we had a couple breakups in the pin count before that. And now Julius stopping in his tracks. And oh my God, right off the apron he goes. And Penta making it look easy right now. I mean, there is a reason he is the Intercontinental Champion. Count of 7. 3 counts away from a count out victory or draw between these two teams. Oh, Julius enters the ring. And look at this. The Creed Brothers win via countout. Wow.
Here are your winners, Brutus and Julius, the Creed Brothers.
What a win for the Creed Brothers. But
Welcome back to Universe Mode, Jeff Hardy. And guys, this is surreal. We haven't seen Jeff Hardy in over 2 seasons, but now he is in the middle of the ring with the microphone here in Tampa Bay. I'm home, and damn sure it feels good to be back in the ring. People have been asking, what's next for Jeff Hardy after 2 seasons? I'll tell you what's next. Winning the Intercontinental Championship. That's what's next. Oh boy. Why? Logan Paul interrupting the charismatic enigma here in his return back to Universe Mode. Jeff, just shut up, please. No one wants to hear from you because you're a bum, drunk, alcoholic piece of trash. Just so you know, this will be my season, the season of the Maverick. That's right, me, Logan Paul. Guys, look at this. Jeff Hardy just hit Logan Paul with the mic, and now these two are going at it in the middle of the SmackDown Live ring here on the first SmackDown Live of the season in Tampa Bay, Florida. And what a counter from Jeff Hardy. And guys, I have a feeling we are going to see a match between these two men very soon. Jeff Hardy taunting, and look at this, a big lariat. It looks like Hardy hasn't shown any ring rust here in this ring after being absent for 2 years. And I can't believe Logan Paul thought he had the right to ruin Jeff Hardy's return moment. And now Paul trying to fire these race fans up, but it does not work. Hardy now leaning across the ropes courtesy of Paul. Logan Paul just said this is the season of the Maverick. He is looking also to chase that Intercontinental Championship, which Jeff Hardy said that's his goal here this year. But we'll see what happens between these two men. But right now they're brawling it out with no official, just an old scrum right now, like a hockey fight here in the home of the Lightning. And Jeff Hardy looking for the whisper in the wind, and he connects to Logan Paul. What's he thinking now? Maybe a swanton. Jeff, don't do this. And Logan Paul rolling out of the ring. Hardy missing that. Big blow to him. Not looking good for Hardy. Paul might be looking for a buckshot lariat if he can connect with it. Paul, no, he does not. He goes up top with a splash. No, oh boy. Speaking of going up top, Logan Paul to the top rope, and a swanton bomb from Logan Paul to insult to injury to Jeff Hardy, doing his own finishing maneuver to him. And now Hardy was not going to take that lightly, as you can see, taking down Paul. And guys, I don't believe we have ever seen Logan Paul and Jeff Hardy in the same ring here in Universe Mode. It's crazy. Both have been around for a long time. Jeff Hardy here for the first time in 2 years, like I mentioned, and he looks like he hasn't missed a step so far here against Logan Paul or anybody, because he looks great in that ring. Irish whip from Paul. Back in the corner goes Hardy. And now a strong chop from the Maverick. Paul getting up Hardy now, looking for his next big assault. Hoist him up on his shoulders, but Hardy reverses. Great counter there from the charismatic Enigma. Jeff getting up Logan. Look at this. Face first into the turnbuckle pad. Hardy now with a big slam. Now Jeff Hardy taunting, getting the crowd fired up, and they respond when Jeff Hardy's in it. And look at this, another whisper in the wind from Hardy. And Jeff is still not done. I have a feeling he is looking for that swanton bomb. Stomp to the arm. And now look at this. Has a submission move applied. No official, so this, he could just choke him out. But Logan Paul gets out of it. And an Irish whip into the corner. This isn't good. Logan Paul looking for a slam of his own, and he connects with it. And back to the top rope goes the Maverick. What's Logan thinking? Another swanton bomb to Jeff Hardy. What in the world? And now look at this. What a moonsault that was from Logan. I'll give him that. His in-ring ability is just so good. In a frog splash. And Paul is dismantling Jeff Hardy towards the second half of this brawl. Maybe I spoke too soon, because Jeff Hardy counters and gets back up. Maybe looking for a twist of fate or something here. But oh my god, that was like an inverted power bomb to Logan Paul.
Oh my, there is the glamour, Blake Monroe. And I feel honored to be commentating this match for you guys, because this is about to be glamorous. Blake Monroe back on SmackDown Live in her first time being drafted to a brand, and she is returning where it began last season. So this should be very interesting. But guys, her opponent is tough. It's the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, in case you forgot.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from London, England, Blake Monroe.
Well, we'll see if Blake Monroe can get her first win of the season. And there is the demon in your dreams, the Eradicator Mommy, the woman of many names, Rhea Bloody Ripley. Bam.
And her opponent from Adelaide, Australia, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, one of the most historically goated women's superstars in all of Universe Mode. Ever since we begun this series in 2K22, this woman has held gold in every season. It's crazy. She held the SmackDown Live women's title back in 2K22. She has held I believe it was the SmackDown women's title in 23 as well. In 24, she was the WCW Women's Champion. In 25, she was a SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And now she is back on Friday nights. And she looks to add another historic moment to her Universe Mode resume. But guys, she goes one-on-one with Blake Monroe here in the first SmackDown Live of the season. All right, guys, Charles Robinson signaling for the bell, and Blake Monroe with a cheap shot, pushing Rhea Ripley right into Charles Robinson, and then a little brawl taking place. But here we go. This match is officially underway. Both women coming off of WrestleMania losses, surprisingly for both, because both had incredible seasons. Rhea Ripley, unfortunately, losing her SmackDown Live Women's Championship to Nikki Bella, which we know now that Nikki Bella is the current WCW Women's Champion over on the Orange brand. And now Blake Monroe, on her side of the things going on, she lost to Bayley, which was the role model, or which is the role model, you could say. And Charles Robinson finally back up to his feet. And who is going to get the win here in the first SmackDown Live episode of the year? Rhea with a great counter, and now a big shot right to the face. And Ripley looking for something here. Oh my God, throwing Blake Monroe right onto the mat. And Ripley looking for something here. Oh, what a headbutt. Oh my God, she is not done. Damn. Rhea going for a cover. Kick out at 0 from Blake Monroe. Rhea now throwing down Blake, and a counter from the Glamour. Ripley going from the back, and a throwing, god dang, Blake Monroe right on her face once again. And guys, I know Rhea Ripley is pissed ever since she lost. Like I said, at WrestleMania, she wants to climb to the top of this women's division once again. And speaking of the top of the women's division, we know the current champion is Nia Jax, who won at WrestleMania by defeating Charlotte Flair for the WCW Women's title. But as I mentioned earlier, you guys know that the titles flip. But who is going to move up in the ranks? Will it be the Glamour, or will it be the Demon in your dreams? Blake Monroe with a nice attack here on the outside. And now she is flexing on Rhea Ripley. And I know that's a mistake, because Rhea Ripley has the experience advantage over pretty much any woman on this SmackDown Live roster. Like I said, she has been a champion in each season she has been in. That is a crazy statistic. But a diving elbow drop there from the Glamour. Blake now throwing Ripley right onto the turnbuckle pad, and Ripley with another counter. And Rhea getting a running head start with a hip attack. And Rhea taunting right in front of the Glamour. And now look at this on big kicks to the midsection, while Blake Monroe is in a grounded position in the corner. Rhea getting her up now, but a counter from Blake, and now another counter from Rhea. Ripley with a side switch, and now throwing Blake Monroe right into the canvas again. Oh boy. Rhea going up top. Look at this. Frog splash connects. And Ripley might be ending this match sooner than it ever began. Oh, counter from Blake. Monroe looking for something here. Kick to the face of Rhea. Blake setting up something big here. Look at this. Monroe, kick to the midsection. And oh my God, look at this. Riptide from Blake Monroe. Stealing Ripley's finish. Trying to put her away with her own move and a kick out at 2. That should have been a kick out at 0. But, you know, Blake Monroe really trying to prove herself right now against the best of the best. Ripley was looking for another slam, but a counter into a bulldog. And Blake showing a very impressive performance here against Ripley in a DDT, busting open Rhea Ripley. Blood all over her face, and what an upset that would have been if Blake Monroe somehow got the win off that. Counter to the headbutt from Rhea. Rhea trying to figure out which ones to do next, and another counter from Blake. And honestly, I could see Monroe winning this. She has a big advantage right now, but we'll see how long that goes on. Ripley, counter, looking for another slam there. There it is. She was looking for that 2 times prior. But now, oh God, what is this? Ripley with some repeated stomps to the back, right to the spine of Monroe. The count. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley is your winner.
Here is your winner, Rhea Ripley.
Just when we thought Blake Monroe had Rhea Ripley, we were wrong. But guys, up next, we hear from Tatum Paxley.
All right, Ace Army, like I just said at the end of the last match, here is Tatum Paxley with the mic in hand, fresh out of the Judgment Day disbandment last season. This season marks a new era here in my career because I do not have anyone holding me back, and I guarantee you I'm winning a title. With the women's mid-card title being introduced, I guarantee you I'll be champion.
All right, guys, it is finally main event time, and here comes the ring general, and look at that, cleanly shaved for the start of the 2K26 season.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, Gunther!
You guys may recall, if you are a returning subscriber to this channel, that Gunther, ever since he made his return in the 2K25 season, he grew his beard out and he looked even more menacing. But now it looks like Gunther is starting fresh and going with the clean-shaven look like he has had throughout pretty much his whole Universe Mode career. But will the former WWE Champion last season defeat LA Knight here in the main event of the first Smackdown Live of the 2K26 season here, live in Tampa Bay, Florida? Yeah, there's his opponent, LA Knight.
And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, LA Knight.
LA Knight did not have the most successful 2K25 season last year, but now he looks to get back in the WWE title picture, because you guys might recall this same attire he is wearing right now was his best season in 2K24, where he was involved in the main event of WrestleMania for that championship, where Seth frickin' Rollins was the champion at the time. But now he tries to go 1-0 to start off the year against the ring general Gunther. So let's see who will win this main event match here in the home of the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, the bell has been rung. LA Knight starting it off with a running neckbreaker here to the ring general. the megastar and the ring general, who will win. And it looks like Gunther using his strength, pushing LA Knight into the corner, and a cheap shot there from the former WWE champion last season. Gunther is angry. I can just tell his whole attire and presence has changed. He came out with a new robe, and he looks like he is wearing new trunks. So we'll see what happens with this new look Gunther. No beard, no nothing. Just same old wrestling from Gunther. LA Knight, on the other hand, like I mentioned, this is the same gear he wore in the main event of WrestleMania in the 2K24 season, which was statistically his best season, because I did not mention this when he was making his way down to the ring, but he was also Mr. Money in the Bank that season. So a lot of history with this gear of LA Knight. It looks slightly different. The boots might be different, but I know for sure those trunks are the same. So I honestly don't know who's going to win this. Both men have a lot to prove this season. Both men trying to win their first WWE Championship. We know the current WWE Champion is Cody Rhodes, who was the former WCW Champion, but courtesy of the draft rules, it got flipped to the WWE title. So who is going to slowly make their way up here in the main event scene on the blue brand? Will it be LA Knight or will it be Gunther? Cover here from LA Knight and a kick out at 0. Knight now trying to push Gunther in. Oh my God, a Gunther chop right to the chest. 1. And it's kind of crazy. LA Knight's biggest ally back in the 2K24 season, Bryan Danielson, has actually returned back to Universe Mode because the new GM of WCW Nitro drafted him. So maybe look forward to seeing Bryan Danielson maybe on next week's Nitro. But going back to SmackDown Live, Gunther gets a 2 count, a near fall here in this main event. LA Knight getting back up to his feet, and look at this. What a counter there from the megastar. LA Knight. Yeah. Nice elbow there. And Knight getting the crowd pumped up. Looking for a blood force trauma. Kick to the midsection. There it is. BFT. Knight trying to put away Gunther just like that. 1, 2, 3. And he does. What a quick win there from the megastar. Gunther not looking good right now. And LA Knight is beat up courtesy of all those chops and big blows there from Gunther. But guys, that is all we have time for here on this week's SmackDown live in Tampa Bay. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next Monday for another episode of Universe Mode, where we are doing WCW Nitro.